Greetings. So today is topic number 4 of 4. This has been a 4-part series all about dialogue between masters. And wherever you're seeing this, you should be able to go back and look at what the topics have been for all of this week. Today, what I'm discussing is why going mad, high anxiety, suicidal thoughts, and insomnia are amplified for leaders who are born to affect change, yet play small or refuse their path. That is today's topic. And so the videos have been, I think all of them have been over 10 minutes. So if you want to see pieces of it, you can come back to the page today, tomorrow, and you'll be able to get clips here and there. Because I know me too, sometimes I just don't have it in me to watch a 20-minute video. Sometimes I need to watch it in pieces. So I just know that I'm being mindful of that as we are chopping up videos and putting out pieces on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. So hello. So what I'm discussing today, all that I've been discussing today and last week is all part of a new body of work. And so I may be redundant quite a bit because it is new, and people who have known me as one thing, not even as one thing, but talking about power in a different way with a different frequency and different content. I want to make it clear about this new body of work. And then for people who have never met me, they can be very clear about who this body of work is for, because what I'm talking about is deeply niched. It's really so for those of us who are what I call like modern day Nikola Teslas, modern day Carl Jung's, modern day Albert Einstein's, just the person who created the birth control pill, like the modern day versions of that, who have never, fit in with the status quo, or has always been been very unique in their family and their social circles and their lives, and really have something original, and to a degree, because we're all influenced by what we see, etc. However, what I know, being a master myself and being in relationship with other masters, is that what seems to be normal and easy for normal people can be a struggle for us, because there is intelligence for us to bring, and it can be incredibly difficult. It's just not very welcome by the status quo. It's like birth control pills were not welcome when they were introduced to the market. Like Nikola Tesla struggled like crazy to bring, and this is all pre-internet as well, he struggled to bring his thing to the marketplace, and yet he left such a mark. And now Teslas are all over the place because Elon Musk, right? You can go even look at Nikola Tesla's background and what he was known for, and how it has fueled how we use electricity today and other electrical things. When you think about Carl Jung, who, his body of work, which was original for its time, and he was not accepted by the status quo. And so those of us who are really birthing original things, or mostly original things, and don't fit into the status quo, and yet it beats in us every single day, in the shower, when we're driving, when we're in conversation with people, when we're just sitting idly, to really bring this to the marketplace, and like wondering, how do we bring it? Who is it for, really? Who am I in the process of delivering this work? And so I really want to make it clear that that's who I'm here to serve. That's who I am. It's who I care about. It's what I think about all the time. It consumes me. And so this topic today, and I'll reiterate it, why going mad, high anxiety, suicidal thoughts, and insomnia are amplified for leaders who are born to affect change, yet play small or refuse their path, is to really get at, I want to really gnaw at the normalcy that can, for those of us who, have tried for a really long time to take the normal path, or even in pursuing our own unique path, have struggled quite a bit along the way. I want to really gnaw at the normalcy that can build up in the psyche or even in the consciousness around you should be this, or, nobody's going to benefit from that, or, just all the stuff that goes on in the head that can really drive one mad. And when a person listens to that and behaviors start to reflect that, how that can really amplify the anxiety, really cause physical sickness, can really trigger suicidal thoughts, and how this is not, the status quo does not understand this. They're just like, get with it. This is how things work. Yet and still, you're like tinkering, wondering how to bring this thing forth, So I really want to, that's what this is about. And even what I've said so far, I think has really been a good thing. If you are who I've described thus far, and that you're not alone in this, like it's a real thing. And so if you're like, like I even found out about a month and a half ago that I have high blood pressure. It's just like, and it's not even like normal blood pressure. It's what they call extreme hypertension. And there's nothing about my lifestyle that would say, oh yeah, it's understandable why I have high blood pressure. You eat like this, you live like this, no. And so if you don't, and I also want to piggyback on something that I talked about, I think it was the day before yesterday, when I said that there's nothing about the work that you're meant to bring forth, there's nothing about it that's small. So if you try to go about it in like a baby way, or it's like a part-time project, and when I say part-time, I don't mean like, oh, you're doing your thing during the day and then you carve out your 5 hours a day. I mean, like, if you're really trying to do it in this marginal way because you're scared, or maybe you're not respecting it the way you should, or because you just don't even really see yet, which I hope that's not the case, because if you are what I've described, you are it, you got it, to bring to the marketplace. And so if you possess this original work and you don't bring it forward, then you are like, it's like everybody these days are having anxiety, but yours is going to be amplified. And I'm probably already preaching to the choir. I really just want to gnaw at it and give voice to it. So perhaps you'll be freed to really come out, sleep better, start really delivering your work, making the money, showing up in the way that's necessary for you to show up, gathering the resources necessary for you to bring your thing to the world. So you'll have higher anxiety. You'll literally be like you're going mad, like you just need to get up and run, or you just like have these explosive episodes. And this is all because the thing sits in you and it's like dying to get out. It really wants to get out. It was like signature means that. It is signature. It like meaning if it's only through you. And that can really send you into a mind fuck, because especially if you like suffer from low self-esteem, or you've just been around normal people for a long time. And so to think that there's this thing that you have that the world will benefit from and that only you can bring it, that's such a worthy, deeply, like, it's an endowment. That's why I call it an endowment. And for you to, if you have low self-esteem, but you have this endowment, that's going to really send you into a mind fuck. Like, who am I to have this thing that I can bring into the world? And so I really encourage you to come into dialogue between masters if these 4 topics that I've discussed have really spoken to you. If you find yourself playing small, if you find yourself around the wrong people, this is dialogue between masters is really going to bring you to a new level of power. It's going to start to refine your sight so you can even start to see your endowment accurately and start to show up in the marketplace. And if you're already in the marketplace and you're working with clients, it's going to really help you to show up more powerfully and perhaps even pivot in who it is that you're serving in a much more pristine and clear way. So, again, I want you to know that if you don't show up with your work, your anxiety is going to be much higher than it is for the average person. If you try to play small, you're going to go mad. You're going to feel pain and sickness, and it's never going to go away. And you're going to end up 50 and 60 years old, highly resentful, and that life force that all of us are born with is just going to decrease. And who wants that, right? Like, I even don't feel good even talking about it, but that's what's in store for us. If you are a master, if you truly are, like all the normal people, they, can have anxiety and take their pills and sort of manage it. The other people can play small and have their day job and, have their once a year vacation and, feel a little, not like it and like, wish that they could, vacation to the beach and like they can do that and actually get away with it. Masters, on the other hand, will suffer a different kind of suffering. And so the bright side is it doesn't have to be that way. Like, there is a way, and that's what I'm here for. And so I encourage you, if you have any questions about Dialogue Between Masters, which starts on Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific. We're going to go 4 consecutive Mondays, and we're going to dive into deeper the 4 topics that I've discussed this week. But in addition, what it is that you are personally dealing with, right? Because that's what matters, what you got going on and what's unique to your experience that needs to be covered, because it's a likelihood others are dealing with it or will deal with it. And so that's that. They'll be recorded. It's $1,100. You inbox me, you can register. And I also want to make sure it's a good fit. So if you have any questions, feel welcome to inbox me. And just know that your feeling of high anxiety, of madness, of insomnia, of suicidal thoughts, if you are a master, which only you know that. And I think I'm going to have to start talking more about defining it everywhere, LinkedIn, Instagram, so people can be clear about what it is. If you are a master with unique work to bring to the world and you don't bring it forth, this is what you can expect. And you're probably already feeling it. And if you're not, you will start to feel, especially as you get older, because in a human body, we're on a time structure. So your solution is, and we can work together privately if you prefer that, but just know if you wanted to be in a group setting, a small group setting starting Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific for 4 consecutive Mondays, you can do that in Dialogue Between Masters. And that's that. So that's it for a 4. That concludes our topic session. And if there's something in particular that you are dealing with that you'd like me to speak to, I'm also open to receiving inboxes about that. Okay? Enjoy your weekend. Take good care.